Welcome to my channel, to everyone who's new here, and of course to those of you who are back again. Great to have you here. In this video we will take a look together at possible scenarios for the price development of SUI, AVAX, HBAR and Dogecoin. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. And I also have currently a campaign with Bitunix, so if you want to start trading, and if you use my referral link, which you can find in the video description, and if you deposit this kind of money, then you can also get futures bonuses with which you can open some trades. And yeah, I think it's a nice campaign. On top of that, you get my referral link with 20% discounts on Bitunix taker fees. And also in the video description, you find a referral link to mexc, where you also get a 20% discount on their fees. So let's get to SUI and let's see where SUI went, exactly in the area where we have said we should go. So we had here in orange this rising wedge, broke to the downside, got its retest, target was the $3.07. Afterwards we have set left shoulder, head, and we were waiting for the right shoulder, but it didn't matter because we broke here to the downside. So here was the confirmation already. So basically target also here $3.07. So let me take out the chart patterns which worked. So we have a clean overview. And also here we had in bright blue the falling wedge which didn't work. I also have told you that this is not going to get something which I want to long, because this chart pattern is too small on the 50 minutes chart and also very sharp. This was just to get an orientation for another push to the upside for the red shoulder and afterwards the breakout. But we broke out a bit earlier, so we can also delete this chart pattern. So what now? I have already said yesterday that currently we are far too bearish, and I will stick to that. So basically I'm not looking for more short opportunities. Yeah, some coins are still having some downside potential where we can say, okay, if we see a breakout there, and we will talk about that in this video, then we can try another long position or scale up our, a short position or scale up our short position, which we already have. I think that SUI is currently in a support box. And yes, we can drop even more. And yes, this can also be a bigger push to the downside still, 6%, or to the fair value gap even 15%. I doubt that we will rush down in one way. I think that in bright blue we have formed already a falling wedge. Yes, this falling wedge to the lower side, it's looking bad. On the upper part, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touch points. On the lower part, 2 touch points with also, yeah, it's not looking that good. So I can imagine that if we get another low, that the falling wedge is just going to change a bit, like this, for example. So we have to see that and we have to track that. So if we break the falling wedge to the upside, then I'm not going to take the normal target of that falling wedge because it is far too much. I take here one of the mid-range targets, put it to the breakout point. Let's look where the breakout point is going to be. It's the price mark of $3.19. If we break it to the upside, then the target of that falling wedge is going to be the $3.72. If we don't get a significant lower low, like this for example, if we hold support now, then this can also be a double bottom pattern. If it breaks to the upside as well, $3.39, I will also put you here the price mark. So let me just steal it from here, put it right here. So if we break the $3.39 to the upside, then it's the similar target to the falling wedge, $3.72. So that's what I'm looking for. The double bottom pattern is gone. We can still get an head and shoulders formatation, which we afterwards break to the upside. So we can already change it. Yeah, I have to change it again afterwards, but anyway, this also counts as falling wedge. So I would be bearish if we lose the $2.85 to the downside, even 86. If we lose it to the downside, then we have the potential getting down to $2.46 to $2.60, where we have a huge fair value gap. So I think the price mark of $2.50 is going to get very interesting. And if we really break the $2.86 to the downside, then the $2.50 is going to get in play, and that's what I want to short, because I think this is going to happen very fast, because fair value gaps in that size are going to get filled very fast. So what about HBAR? We had two targets on the chart. So let me zoom in a bit. We have set up here, okay, this can be a double top pattern. And we have also said this can be a double top pattern. With the push to the downside, and we have to go into the 50 minutes chart, with this push here to the downside, where we have filled the fair value gaps, let's switch back into the 1 hour chart. So we had here a fair value gap, this one right here. It got filled with this push to the upside. So the retest failed in that case because we had a fair value gap. So if we go back into the 50 minutes chart, then you can see that we got here the sell-off lower than the orange trend line. And yes, the 1 hour candle closed it lower than the orange trend line as well. Here was the retest. We didn't had fair value gaps over us, and I don't count this small gap here as a fair value gap. So basically, I went into a short position right here, and I took profits in that box. Still kept a bit of my position with the stop loss at break even. I saw another breakout to the downside, this one here, and now we are currently in another take profit area. And yes, it looks like that we are going to break it to the downside, but it's also possible that we just wick lower than that and get bought up very fast. So for now, I'm out of the AVAX trade because I think we are far too bearish at the moment. I can take out the targets because they worked. So the price marks here as well. And yes, I was hoping for in bright blue this falling wedge. This is not going to work, so I can take this one out as well because we broke it already to the downside. So for AVAX, I would say let's wait and let's see. We had done a great job so far predicting the price, so we can chill a bit and look for new patterns which are going to develop soon. So now wait, let's talk about the $19.25. So we are currently at the $19.25. If we break it to the downside, sustainable. This is not sustainable. So if we go into the 1 hour chart, I want to see a 1 hour candle close lower than that. We can even be lower than this for several hours. Then I want to see a retest. And here it might be even short, but this is going to be a fair value gap. Do I want to short close to a fair value gap? No, because we can also push to the upside. And where should I set my stop loss? Up here into another fair value gap. So this is not worth it. We have to wait for the chart development of AVAX, but if that scenario is going to happen where we break to the downside, get the retest, we don't have to fill the fair value gap, but the chance is high. But also, since the chance is high, we also have a low chance getting even another low and pushing to the downside without filling the fair value gap. Yeah, we can also fill the fair value gap in the next weeks or even in the next month. So afterwards, we have here a circle, which is also another fair value gap, which reaches prices down to $17 for AVAX. So I can also take this falling wedge out. The target was anyway here the $21.30. So basically everything looks good to me. And yeah, I don't want to say 100% exactly how we said it, but very, very good. Very good. So have to give myself a bit props because sometimes I'm also wrong. And if I'm wrong, then I'm also taking, taking the loss. And I'm also going to tell you that. So this I also want to move. And this resistance I want to keep. But I will take the red color out of it. So here I have to give myself props as well. Okay. Anyway, we will start from the beginning and then we will talk about what I have tracked here. So, rising wedge in orange. This one here. Broke to the downside, got its retest. Afterwards we have said if the 17.1 cents breaks to the downside, we got it here. The retest wasn't perfect. But anyway, afterwards we have also said head and shoulders formatation, which broke to the downside, and with this retest here, it was clear that it's short. So, target was first of all the 16.7 cents, where I've put you here the circle. But if we also lose that support, 16 point, how much is it? 16.4 cents is going to be the next target, where I've put the other circle. And yes, we went into both targets. And yes, I can take the rising wedge out. This one here, the price tag here, the price tag here, and this trend line here as well. So, this one too. Now we have an head and shoulders formatation. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We broke it to the downside. We got the retest. HBAR was short again. The target, the first target which I had in mind, was the length of one shoulder. So for that we take the spread of the one shoulder, put it to the breakout point. Target 16.17 cents, but we also have support at 16 cents. That's what I wanted to tell you, that we are going to drop there. With a very high chance we went there, so I can take this one out as well. So, if we get, and that's what we are going to get in my opinion, a fair value gap. And in my opinion, we are also going to get some support. But this should be just a small bounce. Afterwards, I think that we are going to sell off into the 15.7 cents. What are the 15.7 cents? Here. That's the target of the old rectangle, which we had here. And most likely, a rectangle, if it breaks to the upside, then we get into the target. But afterwards, the target here is still ongoing. It's just a matter of time getting there. And with this head and shoulders formatation, which we have here, it would suit to the 15.7 cents. And we can drop there, in my opinion. So we have to see where we are going to drop, in what kind of price development. I still expect that we are going to see a small bounce and afterwards a breakout. And we can even reach prices down to 15.4 cents. There we have the next support for HBAR. But I'm currently looking for some long positions because we were already far too bearish. You can look from where we came for all the coins. So basically I can still expect a nice push to the upside, and that's what I want to take. But I have to get some evidence, some chart patterns. So, what did we do here? Sharp sell-off, consolidation. Sharp sell-off, consolidation, sharp sell-off into the 17.4 cents. We wicked a bit lower than that, no problem, can happen with prices moving fast. So let me delete this. It happened. So, basically, those targets are gone. We have also said if we break it to the upside, then we should go to 20 cents. Afterwards, we have to see if we break the 20 cents to the upside. Didn't happen. We have also said if we break the 19.3 cents to the downside, which we did here. We retested it even. Then we dropped again, and here we have said it might be a double bottom pattern. I will show you that. This one here. On the 50-minute chart it even looks better, but this could have been a double bottom pattern. That's why we have here in bright blue a target. We broke it to the downside, so it wasn't long. Can take this one out. This was our hope that this is going to be just the fake out, and from here we push to the upside. Didn't happen. So basically afterwards we have already said 18.9 cents have to hold. We got already the weakness, the sign of the weakness. So basically 18.3 cents weren't any kind of support. 17.4 cents got hit. So basically what can I do with Dogecoin? I can do nothing. I don't see any kind of bearish chart patterns. I can't see any kind of bullish chart patterns. And the 18.3 cents, which were support, right here it was resistance, and we can expect support there. We just rushed lower than that, and we have created such a huge fair value gap. Do I want to jump into a long position blindly because we are just on support? No, you can already see it. Here is a price wick. We didn't get perfect support, so it might be possible that we have so much selling pressure that we even break it to the downside and drop more before we get into the fair value gap. Since I don't have any clue of the market right now, because we hit already all of our targets, I'm going to sit back, sit tight, chill a bit. Yeah, it's nice weather today. And yeah, it will probably take, I don't want to say 1 day, it maybe even takes 2 days now, 3 days until we get some nice chart patterns. But yeah, we will see it tomorrow. And tomorrow we can talk about the coins again. I will still release the Render, Tau, Kaspa and ONDO update, but I won't tell you anything new there. We also hit there our targets. And yeah, we are done for now. Done for this week, I think, because tomorrow is Friday. Then we have weekend afterwards. On the weekend, the chart is going to, the price is going to develop a bit slowlier. So while we have slower price movements, we might even see some good chart patterns, which we can trade for the next week. So with that said, I will release you, and we will see each other in the Render, Tau, Kaspa and ONDO update. See you then.